I will say this again. This will be the point of no return from here on. Once you're certain that you finished everything you needed to do from around the world, go to Romalia and tell Changara that you're ready to go to the Flying Castle. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Ark the Lad 2. Well, as you can see here, we've just crashed inside that giant crystal-like shaped thing that is a flying castle. The weirdest castle I've ever seen, to be quite honest. So yeah, this is kind of what I meant by the point of no return. You fight through whatever air forces they have, and you pretty much just crash into it. You're not going anywhere. There's no getting out of this. So, from here, go ahead and choose your party, because it's not going to be long until I'm sure we're going to be thrust into one of the first of many battles to come throughout this place, and some of the highest level monsters, I might add. So, once you have your party set, here we are at the Romalia Sky Castle, and apparently they decided to shut the door on us for some reason from the Silvanoa. Not even a few steps, we're fighting a bunch of black skeletons. Great. This should be fun. Actually, this could be used. This could actually be pretty helpful. They're lined up just perfectly. Yep, level 112. That's pretty high up there. This is why I suggested if you felt you had to, do a little bit of level grinding before attempting this. But then again, this is what we got Art for, to help even the odds with his weak enemy ability. Let's see. Supposedly, I've heard, another good ability to have, since there are some undead that I believe is to be fought throughout this dungeon. I've heard another good spell to have, whether it be Lisa, which she can learn it, but I think it's a means through Mother Claire, or from Shantae as she learns it anyway, whichever, is the spell which supposedly puts souls to rest. It's supposed to be like a holy instant kill for any undead. However, the few times I've tried it myself, I've yet to get it to work out for me. It's yet to actually succeed. So I don't know if it depends on whether you have to be at a high enough level with the monsters for it to work better, or what. I don't know exactly. I can't remember exactly how that works. But either way, not really. The spell isn't really needed that bad. We can take care of him just as easily. I mean, heck, look, we've got Choco here, and her vanish ability. Now, come on, we've got this. We've pretty much. I like to think we've got this pretty much in the bag from here on in. The only thing that sucks is the higher the level of the vanish, the more MP it's going to take, and it does take a lot. I think it takes like what is it, 120 something? So, but in the long run, it's pretty much well worth it. Oh, this will definitely get Ark a level up. It has to. Oh yeah. See, Ark's getting up there in the levels. He's almost to 100 at the rate it's going. So after the battle, you're free to move on in, or as you've noticed, the door opens back up to Silvanoa. Now, even though you're at the point of no return, that doesn't mean that the Silvanoa still doesn't got your back. They, Changara's got some things prepared for you, aside from a place to sleep to recover in case you have to, and a place to save. I'll get to that in a second. What you got here is pretty much everything you need for shops. Like, this guy here on the right, not only does he have some of the best items you need, he's got the best weapons, the best armor you can possibly get. Look at this. Spirit Blade, Hell Axe, Morning Star. All this stuff. Just about everything you could ever need for this final fight, they got it provided for you right here. Just be ready to have a bunch of money, have a serious hole to burn in your pocket. Then again, thanks to a certain little trick I stumbled upon from somebody, I'll probably post a link to the video in the description box. There is actually a glitch. Yes, I've discovered that there is a glitch to where you can pretty much break the bank, and you can end up with unlimited amount of money. And this is no Game Shark or nothing like that. This is pretty much legit. This works. Like I said, I won't go into too much detail. Everything I'll explain will be explained in the video and the link that I'll provide for you below. But you've even got a place to distribute experience from Dykebeck, all the smith shops, everything. So be sure to take your time before going ahead and getting some of the best stuff that you need. Because chances are, in this dungeon, you're definitely gonna need it. Seriously. And like I said before, if you save, be careful. Leave a spot open in case you need to go back around the world again. Don't oversave it, or otherwise you can screw yourself in the process. So with that in mind, once you've got yourself fully prepared, go ahead and get your party together again. This is about pretty much what I'm going to go with from here on, at least for now. I do think they let you choose your party members again later through the dungeon. I believe they do. But for right now, this is going to be the party we're going to go with. Definitely have a healer with you at all times. Get some of your best people. You know that is going to be able to, stand on your own, because this place ain't no joke. This is really the hardest enemies you're going to face. I think even harder than that optional long dungeon, the Forbidden Ruins. I mean, it's that crazy. But there's also some good stuff to find. Good weapons and treasure. So be sure not to pass this up. Like the Death Illusion, for example. That's probably one of the best card weapons you're going to get in the game. At least one of them. So, anyways, moving on ahead. We discovered another couple of treasure boxes, but of course we'd get ambushed by what appear to be more black skeletons. Oh lord. Those Grim Reaper guys. Death Priests. I believe that's what they are, Death Priests. I'll tell you right now. Get used to these guys for a little while. You're gonna learn to how shall I say, love to hate them. They're going to become quite the nuisance. You'll see why after a little bit. So since this is basically a surround attack and all the monsters are spread far apart, go ahead and get yourselves buffed up with whatever abilities you have, such as like get your defenses up, get your magic up if you can. I would say expand range, but no, that might not be too much necessary. And of course, have these guys. And actually, as far as the Death Priest goes, try to get rid of those as soon as possible. Now, the reason why I say that is because Death Priests have an ability that it's probably one of the worst things, besides death, that any monster could have that could really make things hard for you, and that's the power of Cure. They have the power to cure their allies, and the Cure spell pretty much basically restores them to full. So you could have a skeleton at like 1 HP, one Cure spell, and bam, they're back on their feet, fully restored. And yeah, it's just really annoying to have to deal with. So that's why I say if you can get rid of the priests first before shift your focus back on the skeletons. I tell you, these brand new weapons to buy, and putting them through the smithy, getting it max leveled out, and then raise the fence. Everything else on top of it, it's really going to help. So be sure not to pass up on it. Oh, another thing. Apparently, I would advise, if possible, to go ahead and fight off as many of these battles as you can, because once these monsters are dead, they're gone. They don't respawn. There's no respawns. So if there's any treasure that can't be accessible by normal means unless you jump a gap, and you can only jump gaps during battle. That case being, be sure to get the treasure as soon as you can before you finish the fight, because if you don't, you're pretty much screwed out of that treasure. And I believe there's one, maybe two of those kinds of boxes to find in this dungeon. But yeah, speaking of treasure, one of the things that Shoko apparently found was the rune guard. Probably one of the best shoulder guards in the game, also. At least once you get it worked on. So if need be, if you get low on life, be sure to there's nothing wrong with retreating back to the Silver Noah and healing up and fixing up your new equipment. Oh boy. See, this is exactly what I was talking about. I had the guy like near death, and then this guy comes along and just completely restores in a full. I think it's about the only ability that this Reaper's got. So at least he doesn't have too many nasty attacks. It's just the fact that he's a hardcore healer. That's basically about it. But I believe if you cut the enemy's defenses down a bit, whether it be weak enemy or Mulgi Slash, whichever, that does at least cripple even their healing spells. I don't believe it would store as much, so that does help some. But either case, oh jeez, that's a nasty counterattack there. And here comes the Supernova. Yeah, I finally decided to ditch. I mean, Tornado was okay for a while, but I decided to ditch it for something better. Since she was able to learn it at that point. I think since she was high enough level, I think she needs to be like in the 90s to get Supernova. So, definitely helpful, definitely useful here, since you'll be fighting a lot of undead monsters. Yeah, get used to some of these long battles because these can sometimes drag out. Unless you can get them all together at once and then just completely annihilate them. Make things quicker. I love Divide. Never mentioned how much Divide is awesome used against them. Wow, another level up to Choco. Wow. I think pretty soon she'll be breaking 100. That'd be pretty awesome. Let's see what's in this box here. Oh, magic apples. Oh, yes, and that's another thing. Magic apples. That's something else that's important that you be sure to have, especially before you attempt to raid on this flying castle. Have plenty of magic apples. In case things go right with your MP count. They do help, because I believe we will be using a few of them throughout this area. Meanwhile, you got these strange-looking teleporters, which take you to different parts of the castle. Mostly, this is for try to find all the treasure, as you can plainly see. All right, Getting through this little tight battle here. In the treasure box, we have a Death Needle, which I believe is likely to be the best weapon in the game for Lisa. Even better than what you could buy at that ultimate shop that they got on the Silver Nova right now. So, yeah, definitely equip that mess. Alright, making our way back. Let's see, since we pretty much covered what we could, let's move onward. Let's see. I think I was just checking something real quick. More Death Priests, really? So yeah, after that battle and getting ourselves strengthened up a bit more, move onward to this next little area here with more black skeletons, a couple of Death Priests, and hey, wait a minute, is that a Soul Knight? Or is that some kind of knight? I remember dealing with these not too long ago. If memory serves, those guys have a nasty spell that I don't think we want to try to get out. Oh, you bastard! You would do that, wouldn't you? Yeah. I believe Soul Knights have the power to cast death, and a high level death at that. So that could make things extremely problematic. Which reminds me, I hope, aside from magic apples, that you bring plenty of revival dusts. You can buy those at the shop. Even though you can't buy magic apples, you can buy dusts. So yeah, definitely make some room for those. It's a must. Considering that you've probably got maybe only one character that can do resurrection, and that's just not quite enough. I kind of wish these. I can't remember if Mother Claire could teach that to her or not. Don't recall seeing that option, but yeah, either way. And I think, as you advance onward, I think the levels of these monsters just goes up by, I think, by 1 with each floor? Something like that? Can't quite recall. I kind of wish I'd have buffed up on the magic a little bit. Probably should have done that. I just didn't want to take any. I didn't want to take any chances with that that knight though. But thank God, at least we got rid of him. Could have been worse. It could have been worse. Okay. I think it's gonna call for some weak enemies. I could get it to spread out further. See? Oh no, this works. Let's see. I don't want this guy to get back up quite yet. Can we get him? Oh yeah! We can always throw a stone at it. Goodbye. If it's diagonal attacks, if it's not magic, then you're gonna have to throw something. In this case, I don't mind throwing a stone. See, this is when you know it's safe, because if they're like struggling with 1 HP and they're immobilized, you can't do anything. That's when you know it's absolutely safe to start throwing stones or bombs. Speaking of bombs, I thought I picked up like a rage bomb early on. I can't remember if I sold it or if I used it. I think I might have sold it. Probably because I need to make some room. There's Oaks. traditional technique of calling up the fire and burning everything. I always thought the explosion was just a little bit stronger than Firestorm, but now that I think about it, I think they're about almost similar. I think they're both as equally strong. Let's see. Gale Flash won't cover the rest of it. So... or actually, maybe it will. Hang on. No, it won't. So let's see. Since it's a space apart, toss another stone. I like how the stone... I always thought it was kind of neat how the stone has unlimited use. You have as many stones as you want, even though it's like probably one of the weakest things to use, but it's got its uses. It really has. Even though they're like in the 110s, 115 or something like that. As long as you got, I like to think as long as you got some really good armor, good high defense, even though you're probably maybe 20 levels lower than them, as long as you got a good defense up, you should be fine. At least that's what I've discovered. Let's see. What to do, what to use. Why not? I'll tell you, that puts you in some of the tightest of places. Alright, now goes the last skeleton. Thank God. And we get a fire stick. Not a bad staff or cane weapon, but I'm pretty sure we got something. I'd like to say something better. Just a little bit. Let's see, what's in this one here? Ooh, a Death Eraser. That's a club. Probably one of the best clubs you can get. Alright. Well, we got a Dark Ura, which is one of those, pretty much the monster type weapon. It's like the shoulder pad weapon thing. Not really going to use much of it anyway, since we don't have a monster that uses that weapon in our party. Okay, taking this battle out of the way, get Rune Blade, nice sword. With that, I think we're going to pause here for now. Come back next time, and we shall continue on exploring this castle. So I'm Mark Ladd, signing out. Take care.